Yo, what's good, guys? It's your host Neji Samurai here, and welcome to the channel. Today I'm here to bring you guys another part 2 of What If Naruto Had Laxus' Abilities, part 4. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and yeah, let's get into it. Right before we do though, I would like to give you guys a little bit of an announcement. I am thinking about a few changes for the channel later on in the future. I can't exactly confirm them yet, as I'm trying to, run like simulations on it, trying to calculate, trying to crunch the numbers, trying to find out exactly if these changes are going to be good, if they're going to be like great. But until then, I'm not going to announce anything of, I'm not going to announce exactly what these changes are yet until I can actually think I'm going to go through with it, okay? So you guys don't have to worry about it now. And I really just wanted to let you guys know on this one, so that way you guys, if I ever announce something in the future, you guys can understand. But besides this, guys, why don't we just get started with this what if? Hopefully you guys do enjoy, and either way, let's begin.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do?
Alright guys, let's begin this what if. Hopefully you guys do enjoy. Right before we do, I do want to give you guys a little bit of a warning. If you guys can please ignore any background noises, that'll be very helpful and appreciated. And mostly just focus on the story. Also, another thing, if you guys can ignore my stuttering, as I won't be able to edit all of it out. And you guys already know me, I stutter a lot when I make these videos, mostly because of the fact that I'm trying to go as quickly as possible. I'm trying to work around that, but if you guys can ignore that too and just focus on the story, again, that'll be 1,000,000 times way better. And also, I would appreciate it a lot. So if you guys understand that, thank you very much. And yeah, why don't we get started with the video? Alright, so we're going to be kicking off this what if nice and simple, as it was now finally time for the finals of the tuning exams. All the participants were now in the arena as they waited for their call, as this time we will have Genma being the proctor of this exam, instead of Hayate, considering the fact he still died by Gaara, so unfortunately he's not there. But still, as the exams were now getting started, Naruto would look around in the crowd and he would realize that of course his teammate Sasuke was not there. And knowing the Hokage who pretty much extended treatment for that brat, Naruto would think as he scoffs. Before finally the first matchup will be called, that being Naruto versus Neji. So at this point, all the participants would clear the arena for these two fighters, as they would now be the only one there in the arena along with Genma. Are you both ready? At this, both of them would nod their heads, as this is when he then cries out for them to begin. Silence falls on the arena as everyone waits in anticipation. You should just surrender, alright? You stand no chance against me. It's your fate to lose. Hearing this, Naruto would scoff. Buddy, don't try using that fate logic on me. Trust me, I'm not the one, Naruto would say. Trust me, he already had his brush with fate, and he proved her wrong multiple times. But hearing this, Neji will shake his head, telling Naruto that he will prove it here and now. You will lose to me in this battle. It's inevitable. At this, Naruto scoffs, as this is when, as pure silence falls once again, Naruto would then dash at Neji at full speed. Typical. And I thought he was supposed to be the Rookie of the Year, he would say, as he remembered that Naruto had gotten the Rookie of the Year, but unfortunately for him, it seems as if Naruto was an idiot. To attack him so directly, a Hyuga member? That was foolish. As Naruto was approaching Neji, what Neji didn't realize that one, there was a hole underneath him, like there was a hole behind the Naruto that was running towards him, and two, he didn't feel that electrical currents were currently building up on the ground beneath him. As just as the Naruto was about to throw an attack, Neji would then suddenly end up dodging out of the way and palm striking him in the stomach. At this, the Naruto stops moving for a few seconds before smiling. So much for being a prodigy. At this, the clone would then suddenly poof away, sending out electrical sparks, actually stunning Neji and surprising everyone. A clone? How? At this, multiple Hyuga members were actually in shock, as they didn't even see that this was a clone. As this is when they all activate their Ryakugans to start seeing or start looking around for the real Naruto. And as they do, they will be surprised where the boy is. How did he get under there? As Neji will be unable to move, as his movements were being held back because of the paralysis. This is when suddenly he then hears a crack underground as he looks below, only to see a lightning fist get up into his face. How did he get under there? As this one suddenly he ends up getting punched in the face, as Naruto will land an uppercut on him, as he will be sent flying and crash into the arena walls. Everyone will be there in shock of the quick movements, as Naruto will be there looking at Neji in disappointment. Is that all? Is that what you were talking about? Is this the so-called fate that you were trying to show me? At this, Neji will get angry as he gets up. That was a lucky hit. I admit you caught me off guard, but it won't happen again, he would say. As Neji then activates the Byakugan. Oh, so you're finally getting serious. Come on, show me what those eyes can do, Naruto would say. as he scoffs in anticipation. Now, of course, Neji seeing this would then suddenly blitz at Naruto at full speed. He'd be charging at him as he throws palm strikes at Naruto, getting into taijutsu combat with him. But unfortunately for him, Naruto was not like other fighters. As Neji would throw out these palm strikes, they would actually land on Naruto. However, just as Neji was about to retract his arm to throw another hit, this is when Naruto would then suddenly grab onto his arm. Nah, you're the foolish one here. To get near me in combat? That's a foolish mistake, and now you're gonna pay for it. At this, Neji would then be surprised at the overwhelming force would then throw him over as he'd be flipped on his back. And all he could do was watch as Naruto would look at him with a smile. He overwhelmed me in strength? As this one, he then gets slammed onto the ground hard as there will be a miniature crater where he was. Everyone will watch in shock as Neji would try to get up, but Naruto still had a grip on his arm. Nah, I'm not letting you get away. At this is when Naruto would then spin around at full speed as Neji is unable to do anything as his arm was hurting. Crap, he's going to dislocate my shoulder, he would think. As the amount of force that Naruto was putting in, it was enough to actually dislocate his shoulder if Naruto knew how to do it properly. Which he does, but he's not doing it right now. As Neji would then suddenly end up getting an idea, he ends up hitting Naruto in a certain point, causing the spinning to stop, but the momentum was too much as Neji would be sent flying. But finally, the grip on his arm would be released. I have to admit, you caught me off guard with that one, but it won't happen again. At that, Neji would then suddenly end up flipping over, grabbing his arm as it felt a little bit weakened. In fact, it felt numb. Crap. It looks like I can't get too close to him. Well, it doesn't matter. I have other options to deal with him. As just as Neji says that, he will then switch his stance. As this is when Naruto, after feeling up on the area where Neji had hit him, he will then smirk. Is that all, Hyuga? At this, Neji does not retaliate to the, of course, obvious taunt. As Naruto seeing that he was not moving in size. And I thought I actually had to use electricity on him, but unfortunately, this guy is so weak. As Naruto would say this, he would then rush at Neji, dashing in pure speed. He doesn't even use electricity. As he throws another punch at Neji, this is when Neji would then stop the attack. Rotation, he will shout mentally. As this is when suddenly a blue, drill-like sphere would then suddenly appear around Neji as he begins to spin rapidly. And due to this fear, Naruto's punch is easily deflected and Naruto is sent away by a tremendous force. Oh, looks like you do have a little bit more of a trick on your sleeve, huh, Hyuga? Naruto would say as he instantly recovers from the blow. Face the facts. This is Hyuga's ultimate defense. You stand no chance against it. At hearing this, pure silence falls upon the arena. No one able to do anything but watch. At this point, they think it's a helpless battle. As Tenten would be there actually supporting Neji, as he begins to explain how the Hyuga ultimate defense is impossible to penetrate, and that Naruto had officially lost this fight. But Naruto, instead of being disillusioned or afraid or even show a little bit signs of despair, Naruto would then have a cocky grin on his face. Really? Oh, then that's perfect. Because I've been meaning to find something that's able to handle this attack. But since you have an ultimate defense, then it's perfect. At this, Naruto would then suddenly alight with electricity all over. At this, the electricity would be so powerful it was burning the very ground beneath him. As everyone would be watching all this in anticipation, as the generous amount of energy that Naruto was gathering was honestly breathtaking. So much electricity. How? He's just a Genin though. Many people in the stands will be asking this as they couldn't believe how much electricity he was gathering. At this, Naruto will be looking at Neji with a smile and a gleam in his eyes. I thank you, Hyuga, for showing me your technique. Now then, let's see how strong is that absolute defense of the Hyuga. At this, the lightning that was around Naruto would then suddenly fly up into the air, as suddenly a ginormous sphere of lightning would then begin to form. At this, everyone could feel the power from it, as it was legit like you could feel the intensity in the air. I have to spin now. At this, Neji would instantly begin to use the rotation, but as he does, he would then begin to feel his arm begin to go numb. No, not now, Neji would say. As currently after the earlier beating from Naruto, Neji's arm was not doing too good. After all, it was nearly dislocated, it felt numb. He was losing feeling in it quickly. So immediately, all he had to do right now was take care of the fight, and after that, he can go get it checked up. But unfortunately, right now, all he could do is focus on blocking the attack with everything he got. As this is when suddenly Naruto would announce the attack. Raging Bolt. At the call of the attack would then launch at Neji, as a beam of lightning that was both yellow and blue would then shoot out from the ball of lightning, as it will rush towards Neji at quick speeds, so fast that only Jonin or heck even the Hokage could keep up with it, but just barely, as Neji, using the rotation as quickly as possible, tries blocking the attack. However, as he does, Neji couldn't hang on for much longer as the attack was pushing him way too hard. He felt as if a mountain was on top of him. Ow, this should be impossible, Neji would say, as legit, due to him spinning so fast, he was legit getting like drilled into the ground. As eventually, after spinning for so long, Neji would begin to feel it. Fatigue. His body couldn't hang on any longer. How long has this attack been going? As the attack had only lasted for a total of 10 seconds, for Neji, it felt like a whole 20 minutes. As unfortunately for Neji, he would stop spinning, and even more unfortunately for him, he would take the full blunt of the hit as he gets hit by the raging bolt as a lightning explosion would then happen, shaking up the very core of the arena. Everyone will be there in suspense and awaiting what's going to happen next, as this is when the smoke would then clear, revealing Neji. As Neji would be there, he would be burnt badly, as you could see a little bit of electricity just surging around him a little bit, but unfortunately he was unconscious. I lost. That was the only thing that ran through Neji's mind as he fell into unconsciousness, as he couldn't believe it. For the first time ever, fate failed him, and he was unable to do anything about it. As Naruto would be there looming over at the destruction he had caused, as Neji was legit standing in a ginormous crater. Like, this man was, that bolt of lightning hurt. Like, this man was unconscious. So as Naruto would look at the destruction he caused, he would just scoff and walk away. So much for the Hyuga's absolute defense. The Hyugas who heard this would then be pissed off. However, one person didn't. This would be Hayashi. As although he was quite upset that Neji lost, and to make it even worse, he was even more upset that his absolute defense was proven wrong, which did sting his pride. Another thing he could feel though was he was kind of grateful for Naruto, as he understood that this was just nothing more but a minor setback, as this will actually reveal Neji to the truth, that he can't just simply rely on fate. Things could happen, but they're not always fated to be. And thanks to this fight, Hayashi can guarantee himself that Neji must have learned from this, as he can do nothing more but shake his head, preparing that when Neji ends up waking up, that he can finally have a talk with him about what happened to his father. As Naruto would walk away, everyone would then suddenly end up beginning to cheer, as they couldn't help but be in excitement for the fight of what they just seen. Holy crap, that attack was dangerous. Are you sure he's getting level? No way. I guess that brat really had it in him. Many people begin to comment on Naruto, as some of them actually were giving him a lot of compliments. Naruto didn't care though, as he definitely didn't care. Yeah, acting really nice to me now, huh? Where was all that talk before? Naruto can say, as he can do nothing more but shake his head at the hypocrisy from these people, but right now was not the time. As Naruto was walking back to the spectators area, this is when suddenly he ends up encountering Gaara on the stairway, waiting for him. Both of them say nothing as Naruto will pass by Gaara. However, Gaara could feel it. The intense pressure, the power that Naruto was emitting. Yes, Shikaku was really excited. I can't wait to finally break you, Uzumaki, and finally validate my existence, Gaara would say as he would show a maniac smile before holding it in, and finally he ends up walking back to the spectators area. As finally after this, we can now move on to the rest of the fights. Rest of the fights go on pretty much the same thing, not much really changes, all the way until Sasuke's fight, which they had to wait for a very long time for his arrival, mostly due to the fact that, for some reason, they made it to where Sasuke gets waited on. But I guarantee you, if it was anyone else, they would not have waited for them. I'm sorry, it makes me upset how much favoritism Sasuke got when he was younger. Bro, come on now. But moving on. So, we finally move on to when Sasuke arrives at the arena. He would appear there with Kakashi, causing many fangirls as well as many people in the crowd to go wild for his appearance. As Sasuke was looking around, he would then spot Naruto and he would gain a smile on his face. Good. Looks like he won his battle, Sasuke would say, as in his mind, Naruto was the one to beat, and all he had to do was beat Gaara. As Sasuke would nod in Naruto's direction, Naruto says nothing more, as he doesn't acknowledge Sasuke at all. Let's hurry up and lose this fight. I have better things to do, Naruto would say, as the only reason he was competing in this anyway was because of the fact that if he gets up to tuning rank, that means he can get far away from the village much more often. And also, that means he gets more access to more powerful jutsus and abilities and pretty much a lot of other stuff. So of course, he wanted the rank of tuning. So as Sasuke would then walk towards the arena, this is when the fight against Gaara would then begin. Not much really changes here. Sasuke gets in a few good blows. He shows that he copied Rock Lee's speed. And honestly, Sasuke in this one will be slightly stronger, mostly due to the fact that he has a more of a drive to catch up to Naruto. This will be his inferiority complex, like really like kicking him into full notch. So yeah, Sasuke will be slightly stronger, but not by a lot. As finally, it'll finally be time for Sasuke to use the Chidori, as many people will be watching in shock as he would end up landing the blow. However, as he does, this is when Orochimaru would then realize that this was a bad thing since Gaara was not tapping into the power of the Shikaku. Crap, I'm gonna have to start it up early. Dang it, and I wanted to see more of what Naruto could do. Orochimaru would think mentally, as he really wanted to see what Naruto could do. After seeing the battle against the Hyuga, he was impressed by the boy. That final attack, he felt no chakra at all in it. And of course, seeing this, Orochimaru had a million of ideas of what Naruto could possibly be using. Multiple theories and multiple ideas for experiments that he can try to find out what it is. But unfortunately, it seems as if he can't collect any more data because he's going to have to start the invasion early. As from one signal, this is when suddenly multiple feathers would then begin to rain from the sky above as many people begin to go into slumber. Many people stay awake as this is when suddenly sound and sand will then fall from the sky as this is when it begins, the Konoha Crush. Instantly, as we now turn things to Naruto's perspective, Naruto will be there chilling as he'll be watching the boring fight. As he does, he would sense it, the multiple feathers. And as he does, he's easily able to cancel it out thanks by just flexing out his power. However, as he does, this is when suddenly he would then be approached by both sand and sound nins. And as he does, he also hears an eruption as he turns around and sees that in the Hokage booth there will be Orochimaru versus Hiruzen. Great, it's a snake bastard again. I'm gonna have to pay him back for what he did last time. At this, Naruto would feel his senses as he felt hungry for a battle again, as he was not going to take that disrespect sitting down. After the last encounter, there was no way he was going to let it go down like that again. However, unfortunately, as Naruto was about to go up there, this was something he would then be once again approached by the sound and sand nins as they straight up would just attack him. I have no time for you, so unless you're going to here give me a challenge, then get out of my way. At this, Naruto would instantly blow past them, as with the bolt of lightning, he's literally just able to electrocute them in an instant, as they will be falling over, stunned and unable to move. Weaklings. As Naruto would say this, however, this one suddenly he ends up hearing a ginormous bang being heard, as he then turns around and sees that Gaara had just entered into a half form of the Shikaku and currently was escaping the arena. Now, normally at this point, Naruto wouldn't care much, considering the fact that in all points he's always focusing on his survival. But here's the thing. Right now, the area where Gaara is heading to, I changed it up a little bit. The area that he's heading to, that's near Naruto's home. That's legit like his home. And due to that, if Gaara is there and he starts destroying everything, Naruto could lose everything that he worked so hard for. And just the thought of this pissed Naruto off. Oh, hell no. At that thought, Naruto would then vanish in a bolt of lightning as his body would transform into a lightning bolt as he would then travel towards the area where Gaara went. And as he does, Sasuke, who was just there watching Gaara leave, will also see Naruto end up heading off over there. I won't be left behind. No way. At this, Sasuke would then travel, chase after Gaara and Naruto as he begins to go on hot pursuit of both of them. And finally, there will be Shikamaru and Sakura. They will still form a team as they'll go after both Sasuke and Naruto, as Kakashi has saw Naruto vanish in a bolt of lightning. He's probably there to take down Gaara, as that will be Kakashi's stop, but really Naruto is just in it for himself. He really does not care. As we now turn our perspective back to Naruto. Currently right now, Naruto is chasing after Gaara at full speed, and as he does, he ends up appearing right in front of him, just as Gaara was about to head even closer to his home. What's wrong, bastard? Do you have any idea where you're going? At this, Gaara will be surprised at Naruto's appearance as he tries to swing his tail at him, but unfortunately, Naruto was way too fast. With an uppercut, Naruto would send Gaara packing, as he sent him flying up into the air, with Sasuke halting his movements as he sees Gaara in the air. Holy crap, Sasuke would think. However, just as he does, he will see a bolt of lightning traveling up there as quickly as possible, as this is when Naruto would then appear above Gaara. No, mother will have your... At this, Naruto would then suddenly kick Gaara down to the ground. I don't care about all this nonsense, alright? But the one thing I won't allow is you bringing everything I worked for into it. So thanks to that, you're gonna pay for it, you bastard. Naruto would say, as this is when he then travels down in a bolt of lightning and suddenly slams Gaara down with a vicious lightning kick from above. as the kick will be so powerful it will crater Gaara into the ground, as even his sand defense was not able to defend against it. As Gaara would cough up blood from the blow, Naruto would flip over, regaining his balance as the Shikaku would try to recover all the damage that had been done to Gaara. As Naruto will be there watching as Gaara recovers and actually looks even more like the Shikaku, Naruto would realize what had to be done. After all, it was pretty simple. Gaara wanted to kill him, so, in retaliation, Naruto will go after him. An eye for an eye, a life for a life. As Naruto would think this up mentally, his eyes would become dull as he looks on Gaara. I hope you're ready to forfeit your life, Shikaku, Naruto would say. As he remembers, he had read up on the tailed beast, of course, since he already has his own. So of course Naruto would know what Shikaku is. And as he does, he would begin to generate a generous amount of electricity, just as Gaara would then enter his second stage. As he would charge over at Naruto at full speed, extending both his sand claws at Naruto, trying to swipe at him, Naruto would end up vanishing and begin to beat down on Gaara. He would disappear and appear in bolts of lightning, attacking Gaara from all angles as the man is unable to do anything. Now sure, although the sand is very versatile and is able to defend Gaara from most of the blows, unfortunately for Gaara, Naruto is just going way too fast. Now sure, Sasuke was fast, but Naruto was on a different level. He's literally traveling in a bolt of lightning. So of course Gaara's sand won't be able to keep up with him. So as Naruto was delivering the beatdown on Gaara, Sasuke would eventually arrive at the area to see it, and he would be in shock, as Naruto was overwhelming this monster with ease. What type of monster is he? Just who is he? Sasuke would say, as his eyes will flash red momentarily from the Sharingan, as he would be trying to use the Sharingan to keep up with Naruto, but even that was barely able to do so. As Gaara will be hit multiple times all over, he's unable to do anything before finally he has enough. That's enough! Gaara would shout, as he would then suddenly push Naruto away, using the sand that was currently on him. As Naruto would be pushed away slightly, he would eventually end up hopping a few distance away, and as he does, he would realize that currently right now, his feet were in the stand. Got you now. At this, Gaara would try using a sand coffin, as he tries to wrap Naruto up in sand. However, as he does, to his surprise, the sand was unresponsive. How? Gaara would say mentally, as he would be looking at Naruto in shock, as unaware to both of them, Naruto had made some type of electrical field or something, as it kind of interfered with Gaara's control over the sand, making it pretty much just that, just sand, right there, underneath him. As realizing the situation he was in, Naruto would look at Gaara with no hint of respect at all. Prepare yourself, Gaara, as this will be your grave. Naruto was not going to let him leave, not after what he just tried to do. And as Gaara would see this, he would then get pissed off, as he screams at Naruto, telling him that no one will take away his existence. As with this, he would then begin to charge up, as he then does a hand sign. And as he does, this is when suddenly Naruto would then feel it. A tremendous amount of chakra would begin to bubble up. Crap! At this, Naruto would then alight with electricity, just as Sasuke, who was there, would then also feel it, as he also tries running away as quickly as possible. And just as they do, this one suddenly, a ginormous sand raccoon would then form, as the one-tailed Shikaku would then emerge from the seal. At this, the Shikaku would look around, screaming in delight, as Naruto would be looking at him, shocked but also pissed off. My home! At this, Naruto realized that just from the Shikaku's transformation, the amount of shockwaves that were sent from his transformation had actually disturbed Naruto's location in the forest, and he could already tell that a lot of his stuff was already being damaged. I'm gonna make you pay for it, Naruto would say, as he then looks at the ginormous Shikaku. Shikaku would look down at Naruto. Oh yeah, I forgot about you, you arrogant brat. I could already tell the 9 is in there, laughing about. At this, Naruto could already tell what he was talking about, but Sasuke, who was hearing this, was confused. What does he mean by 9? Is it possible that Naruto is like this monster? At this, Sasuke could already imagine it, considering the fact that Naruto is a monster in his own right, but if it's true, then he realized exactly what Naruto is. However, as he does, he would then begin to feel it. The deep side of jealousy, as he was jealous of Naruto's power. As he's wondering, was it because of that Naruto was so strong? As Naruto would glare angrily at him, this is when Naruto would scoff. Please, I'm nothing like the 9, alright? You're getting your ass kicked by me and me alone. As Shikaku would hear this, he would then laugh at Naruto's face, telling him that, sure, he'll believe him for now, but it honestly didn't matter. It doesn't matter, brat. All that matters is that you and the nine are both gonna die today. As just as he says this, the ginormous amount of sand that was around Naruto would then suddenly end up beginning to move, as this is when suddenly a ginormous sand fist would then try to crush him. Naruto with the bold lightning of course escapes out of it, as he ends up appearing on the tallest tree and a fair distance away from Gaara. Or should I say the Shikaku. As Naruto would get a fair distance away from the Shikaku, he'll then stare down at it. It doesn't matter how big you get, all I'm seeing is the ginormous target, ready to be destroyed. At this, Naruto would then generate a ginormous amount of electricity as he then charges at the Shikaku. At this, the Shikaku would laugh as this one suddenly then sucks up a ginormous amount of air, causing Naruto to be drawn into him even faster. As Naruto would appear a few distance away from the Shikaku, he would then try throwing an attack at him using the lightning around him. However, this is when the Shikaku would then release it. Air bullet, he would shout. At this, Naruto would then feel it, a ginormous wave of wind as it gets slammed into him hard. Naruto would then be sent flying as he gets hit by this ginormous wave of wind as it causes ginormous destruction for the environment around. As legit a lot of the trees and the land around them will be torn apart and be sent flying along with the attack. As while Naruto will be sent flying, he will be getting even more pissed off as he legit this area was his this area, not the village, it's not the entire village itself, but this area, the trees, the forest, this was his home. And of course, seeing this all getting destroyed, Naruto will be pissed off. No, no, no! I worked too hard for this. At this, Naruto of course will then suddenly recollecting himself. As after the attack finally died down, he will then vanish in a bolt of lightning, once again charging at the Shikaku. This time he appears in front of it much faster as the Shikaku was gathering air. You're back for more? Shikaku would shout, but Naruto was not having it. As with the rage fear, he will then shoot out a ginormous bolt of lightning from his fist as he slams into the Shikaku's eye, actually wounding it. Ouch, you bastard, that stung, Shikaku would say. As a ginormous amount of sand would then suddenly shoot out from his body itself as it shoots out and tries attacking Naruto. It will be sharp as a blade as Naruto would actually end up having no choice but to dodge out of the way. However, as he does, he would then suddenly end up appearing only for him to get attacked once again. How? At this, Naruto will feel it as he gets a cut on his cheek as another sand blade would then form. Oh, what's wrong? What happened to all that big talk from earlier? I swear, you and that fox are both the same thing. Both pathetic and both arrogant. At hearing this, Naruto will get pissed off. I'm nothing like him. I don't need his power. I can beat you all on my own. At hearing this, Shikaku will laugh at just the plain arrogance of Naruto. As to him, Naruto was just being foolish. And seeing this, Naruto will be enraged as lightning begins to spark all over him again. I won't lose. No way. At this, Naruto will then use the lightning to merge as he shoots out multiple lightning clones all over, as each one of them will have their fist enveloped with lightning. Lightning Dragon. Break down fist! At this, Naruto and all the other clones would then slam a powerful punch into the Shikaku, as the Shikaku would actually have to reel back from the hit. It actually pushes him back a few feet. At this, it would also feel pain as some of the sand that was on it would actually turn into glass just from the heat that was radiating off of it. Ooh, that one actually kind of stung. Show me more, brat. It'll make it much more satisfying as I kill you. As this is when Naruto as well as the rest of the clones would then suddenly end up charging at the Shikaku. Lightning Dragon? Baltic Trident! At this, Naruto will then shoot out a lightning trident as it will be shot out similar to the Heaven Ward Hellbird, except for the fact it was much stronger, as it will be slammed into the Shikaku hard as well as lighting a ginormous explosion. At this point, Sasuke, who was there watching everything, would be impressed, as even against this ginormous monster, Naruto was still fighting, while he did nothing. Dang it, I'm getting left behind! As Sasuke will look at this angrily, Naruto would be there, up fighting with all he got, as he'd be trying his hardest. However, the Shikaku, unfortunately, thanks to his big stature, sure it was easier to land blows, but the thing's durability was on point. And to make it even worse, it was the attack potential that it had. As using the sand that was getting fallen off thanks to Naruto's attack, he begins to attack the rest of the lightning clones. And thanks to the fact that the lightning clones are not near the main body, they won't be able to stun it. So due to this, Naruto's lightning clones will be obliterated by sand blades. And to make it even worse, he would be shooting out an air bullet once again, pushing Naruto back once again away, and also destroying more and more of the forest that he lived in. No. At this, Naruto would once again get up, as this is when suddenly he shoots out a raging bolt as he slams it directly into the Shikaku's face, trying to do something. However, unfortunately for him, the Shikaku was able to eat the attack. Well, it did sting him, but he was still able to eat it, as well as the fact he also regenerated thanks to the sand. Oh, is that all? Why was that all you talk? At this, Naruto would be in shock, as that was one of his most powerful attacks, and he was just able to shrug it off like it was nothing. No, 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 I can't lose this. I can't. As soon as Naruto would say this, as if the lightning was responding due to his tone of desperation. Like at this point, Naruto was like getting desperate here. The lightning would then transform, as instead of being the usual like yellowish color, in fact, frequently changing to blue, this time it took on a different color, red. As Naruto would look directly at Gaara and be pissed off, he wouldn't tell him once again that he will stop him. You've done enough damage to my home as it is, and you're gonna pay for it big time. At this, Naruto would then gather up a ginormous amount of electricity into his mouth, as legit, just from the pressure that Naruto was emitting, the ground and the trees itself were getting scorched from the lightning that he was emitting. What the heck? How exactly is this brat generating this much power? The Shikaku had to admit, he was being amused as he played around with this kid. It was pretty much amusing how he tried his hardest, trying to be all arrogant and powerful, but in reality, he really wasn't. But now, as he thought the brat was about to give up, and was about to try doing one last desperate attempt, he felt it. A change in his power, a pressure setting in. Those red currents of electricity, they're dangerous. As the Shikaku would say this, unconsciously he begins to gather up a ginormous amount of sand. I won't let you destroy my home any longer. As Naruto would say this, the lightning begins to crackle even more, as Naruto would then suddenly release the attack. Lightning Dragon Slayer. Red Lightning Mode. Lightning Dragon's Roar. As Naruto would say the name of the attack mentally, the usual stream of like bluish and yellowish lightning would transform into a reddish and black one, as this ginormous wave of electricity would then shoot out of Naruto's mouth and aim for the Shikaku's head, which to Naruto, if you guys didn't know, Gaara was located on Shikaku's head. As the Shikaku would be there watching in shock as the attack would be so powerful, as Naruto would actually be pushed back slightly by his own attack. The trees that were around him that were already destroyed would also be blown back, as Sasuke was there watching everything, could do nothing more but just like hold on to a tree, as legit like everything was getting sent flying. Like this man, he was getting sent flying around the entire area thanks to these two monsters. As the attack will go on for many seconds, it will finally begin to die down as Naruto begins to feel fatigue. He was in pain, he was exhausted, he released all he could in this final attack. As Naruto would finally begin to buckle down as he falls down to his knees, taking in as much oxygen as he can. Breathe, breathe, Naruto would say this mentally as he tries taking as much breath as he can. And as he does, he will look up at the destruction he caused. The top half of the Shikaku, he could see it. Some of the changes were made, as some of the sand that was around him was turned into glass just from the heat that was like released from the attack. And to make it even worse, the Shikaku's face was still not visible as smoke was still coming from it. As Naruto would be there waiting in anticipation, he began to feel it. Relief. I finally did it. I won. As Naruto would say this mentally, this was suddenly a rude chuckle would then be heard. Reality would begin to wash over on Naruto, as this was suddenly the smoke began to clear. Half the Shikaku's face was legit like turned into glass. It was legit like legit it looked like glass entirely. However, the biggest shocking thing was that there was a glass ball above the area where Gaara was located. You crazy bastard, you almost had me. You almost had me. The Shikaku would laugh at Naruto, who's currently there watching all this in shock. No way. But the Shikaku would laugh at Naruto. Oh, but it is. I have to admit, that attack impressed me. I didn't know you had it in you. But unfortunately for you, you're still a loser. And you still lost to me. As Naruto would hear the Shikaku laughing, as the glass ball would then crack, revealing Gaara, who was perfectly safe and sound and still sleeping, as Naruto was not able to land a hit on him. This is when suddenly sand begins to emerge from the Shikaku as it begins to rushing over the area where Naruto is. Consider this the end for you, nine-tailed brat. As Naruto would see the sand approaching him, he couldn't believe it. All his efforts, all that training, all that pain and suffering, everything he worked for himself. And yet, in the end of the day, life was just so unfair, so cruel. Even in the end of it, even though I relied on myself, I couldn't pull through. Why? Why me? As Naruto would say this, he couldn't do anything. There was no electricity anymore. Like, he really was like out of juice. As Naruto would close his eyes, accepting what was about to happen to him, a voice would then be heard. Give me some oil, Bunta. At this, Naruto would then open his eyes as suddenly generous shots of oil would then fall on top of the sand that was approaching him. As this one suddenly, a generous flame would then be shot out. The flame would be so powerful, it would be burning the sand, turning it into glass itself, as Naruto would be watching all this in shock. At this, a generous boom would then be heard as Naruto would then slightly hunch over a little bit before suddenly looking up slightly. And as he does, he would see it. He would see Gamabunta as he was currently right there standing in front of the Shikaku. As he scoffs, telling Jiraiya he was in the middle of drinking, but Jiraiya shakes his head. Not now, alright? We have a job to do, as you can obviously see. Gamabunta would get angry, but then sigh, understanding what Jiraiya meant. As Jiraiya would then look down at Naruto. You did good, kid, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take it from here. As Naruto would be looking at Jiraiya in shock, he couldn't believe it. He actually saved him? As Naruto would be looking down, he would finally begin to feel tired once again, as he can't keep his eyes open. No, I gotta stay conscious. Just a little bit. It's alright, kid. You can rest. With those words looming in Naruto's head, Naruto would then fall over, finally leading to unconsciousness. As this is now where we fade to black. Finally, we can now do a time skip. Events had passed as Naruto would be waking up in a hospital. Currently right now, he'll be tended to by the nurses as they begin to tell Naruto everything that happened. The attacks and all the blows that happened during the fight against Shikaku, Naruto did really good against it, but unfortunately for him, all the attacks that were landing on him were pretty devastating. As all around, Naruto had broken bones from different areas, and he needed like a lot of care. Like it was surprising that he was even able to move. As Naruto would be there in shock about everything, he could only do nothing more but wonder what happened. As after this, for the next following days, Naruto would be updated on the information. Apparently, after Naruto fell unconscious, Jiraiya would be there, as thanks to the fact that since he didn't train Naruto, and since the fact of his spy network, Jiraiya was able to find out that, Orochimaru was going to do the attack thanks to his spy network. However, unfortunately, he arrived here a little bit too late, as already by the time he arrived, the Konoha attack was still happening. However, as he was about to go help out Hiruzen as well as everyone else, as he was able to summon out a bunch of toads to, begin to take care of the area, he also felt the power of the Shikaku. And as he does, he was able to witness Naruto's ultimate attack, that being the red lightning. And of course, he instantly dashed over there, already knowing that his grandson was in danger. So of course, Jiraiya would arrive there, and thanks to the help of Gamabunta, he was easily able to take on the Shikaku. It was a tough battle, but Shikaku went down. And after this, unfortunately, events still play out as Hiruzen still unfortunately died. Yep, he still went down. But at the same time, with all the thing that he did to Naruto, as well as the fact that he really hold him, I don't really know how to feel about that. But still, he still went down, and Orochimaru was still able to make a getaway. He still did the Reaper Death Seal to, lock away Orochimaru's arm, which was agonizing for the man, but unfortunately, he was unable to do anything else but escape. After this, sorry, my throat's getting really dry right now. So after this, the rest of the sound and sandins that were seeing their master leaving, they decided to retreat for now, as Gaara will be taken into captivity thanks to Jiraiya. And after seeing Naruto unconscious, Jiraiya would order Sasuke, who currently right now was currently in hiding. Jiraiya would order Sasuke to take Naruto to to get treated, to which he of course had to listen to him. He's a Sanin, and he was not playing games with him. So after this, Naruto was taken to get recovered. After this, everyone begins to get checked out. Multiple of the citizens are now evacuated, and overall things begin to get back to normal. As we now fade back to the present, we will see Naruto currently looking down as he realized that he couldn't do a single thing. I couldn't stop him, Naruto would think, as he couldn't believe it. He was completely devastated in that entire fight. In the fight against Zabuza, it was understandable, as Naruto, even though he has experience with fighting, even though he's training, the real experience itself fighting a Jonin was different. And even at the end of it, as Naruto released the Dragon's Roar, he knows that the only reason why he won that fight was because of the fact that Zabuza had completely underestimated him and was completely caught off guard. This time, Naruto actually did the same thing like he did with Zabuza, but this was a wake-up call to Naruto as he realized that wasn't gonna always work. This time, he did the same thing to Shikaku as he did to Zabuza, caught him off guard with a very powerful attack. but this time it did nothing. He was able to phase the attack with ease, and although he did take some damage, he was still raring to go. And Naruto had to admit, if Jiraiya wasn't there, he, as well as the rest of his home, the forest, could have been destroyed. He could have been killed. As Naruto began to realize this, as reality legit washes over him, this is when suddenly Jiraiya would then begin to knock on the door. "Hey kid, how you doing?" At this, Naruto says nothing as he looks at Jiraiya for a few seconds, not even understanding what he should do or what he should say. As Jiraiya would look at Naruto for a few seconds, he would then shake his head. "Ah, kid, how about a little bit of a thank you after I did save your life?" Jiraiya would say. At this point, Naruto would then look at him like blankly and not showing any expression, to which Jiraiya would sigh. "Alright, I can see that you're not in the mood. Look, kid, I'm gonna give it to you straight right now, okay? Back then, what happened then, you did good, alright? But you gotta realize one thing. You're still a kid. You're not exactly the most powerful person here, you know that, right? And even at the end of the day, you still put up a ginormous good fight against the Jinchuriki. Had it been for you stalling it, it would have caused more damage, more destruction. So honestly, don't beat yourself up too much for just losing that one battle, right? You still got many, many, many years to go." After I would say this, trying to encourage Naruto, Naruto says nothing as he looks down. As Jiraiya sees this, he realizes that Naruto needs some time to think, so he gets up and begins to leave. "I'll give you some time. Just so you know, the third's funeral has already passed. I don't know if you have much to say about the old man, but I'm just letting you know for now." And with that, Jiraiya would then begin to get up. However, right before he leaves, he leaves Naruto with one last thing. "By the way, if you ever need a chance to talk, you know you can come to me, right?" Jiraiya would say as he tries sending Naruto a smile. But Naruto was currently not looking at him as he was looking out the window. "Yeah, well, I'm gonna head off. I have to deal with a lot of business." As with that, Jiraiya would then leave, leaving Naruto there with his thoughts. As this is where we're now going to end this part to the what if. Yeah, sorry guys. Gonna have to end this part right here. Hopefully you guys do enjoy. Yikes, dude. This part was honestly very difficult to make because there were so many ways this could have gone. Like, not gonna lie to you guys, there was like so many ways this could have gone. I could have had Naruto fight with the Orochimaru. I could have had him like fight against Gaara, the Sound 4, Orochimaru, all of them together if I wanted to. But still, I decided to go with this approach. Now, I'm pretty sure some people might be wondering like, oh, why did I make Naruto like lose to Shikaku? The reason for this one was quite simple, honestly. It was for Naruto to get a ginormous reality check. Now, don't get me wrong, Naruto already in this one already understands the thing that he shouldn't really care much about people's opinion and should focus on himself, which is good. But they had gotten to the point to where Naruto was solely focused on himself to the point where he felt he couldn't rely on others because the only person he should rely on is himself. And that's where the logic begins to get flawed. Naruto needed to learn this lesson, and it's the fact that he is not invincible. He can't just beat everyone or everything. And while Naruto does acknowledge the fact that there are people stronger than him, of course, he still acknowledges that. He should have realized that at some point, he can't always do everything by himself. Naruto was faced with an impossible situation as he was up against a tailed beast, and he was not relying on anything. Like, he was not relying on Kurama. He did not have any toll contract because he didn't train with Jiraiya, and he relied solely on himself. And this was a point to where Naruto would realize that even with everything he had, there were still some challenges out there that even he himself could not overcome, especially without some help at least. And yeah, that's why the reason why I did this is so that way Naruto can realize his limits. So that way Naruto can realize that there might actually be some people out there who he could put his trust in. But unfortunately for now, that's going to have to wait until the next part, as you guys can clearly see, I'm going to be ending this part of the what if. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Let me know down below what you guys thought about the what if, what I should add, what I shouldn't do. I always like reading you guys' comments, as you guys always are amazing with the support. Also, you guys give me a lot of good ideas. Also, letting you guys know, write down some what if ideas. I'll look at it. If I like them, I'll go ahead and of course, thought about making them. And if I don't like them, well, you could always just give me or recommend me another idea that I might like. But overall, guys, it's your host Seiji Samurai. His voice is completely exhausted. He can't go on any further. And either way, it's your boy, and he's out. Peace, and have a lovely day.